How do I build rapport?
Hi, it's Christine, your marketing and creative startup coach. Today I want to talk to you about how to build rapport. If you don't know what that is, it's basically building relationships, trust, and this not spark as in being in love kind of thing, but this understanding to communicate better with each other and to establish this quickly. Now, one way to do this is obviously the body language. This can influence lots and establish rapport quite quickly without even talking. You will see this when you see like a couple that's for dinner. You can see that the body language is very similar and they lean into each other or they drink at the same time and stuff like that. So there's two things. There's matching and mirroring. If you mirror something, it's like you're a mirror of someone. So if someone crosses their arms, you can cross your arms as well. If someone is taking a sip of water, you can take a sip of water. So it's not just body language, it's also actions that you can do. This is obviously quite difficult if you just do the same thing the whole time like the other person. It might look a bit weird and it's too obvious. You need to be very careful with this kind of thing. You might want to delay things. Also, when you're networking, you can use this in the group. If someone stands there with their legs like crossed, you can't see my legs at the moment, but you want to match this kind of body language that they're doing, or they might have a hand in their pocket, so you might use your other hand, put it in your pocket. But as I said, be very careful with the mirroring bit because it might look too weird and it's becoming too obvious. And the other thing is the matching. It's less obvious. It's where you match but not mirror exactly what they're doing. For example, they're crossing their arms. You don't cross your arms, you cross your legs. This can really help to build this relationship up very quickly with people that you don't know. And I would encourage you to have a look at people, or even observe your own body language when you're with a friend or with your partner, and you will see, this is what Christine is talking about. We're talking also in the same speed, the voice. So this is another way to do this, matching and mirroring, not just the body, but also the voice. It's the speed of that you're speaking, it's the words and terminology you're using, because this is the other thing. It's about the language. You can use certain language to build up rapport quickly. Now, everyone has their own, let's say, favorite language. Okay, let's call it like this. For example, you might be a visual person. Everything is visually for you. A lot of creatives are like this. And that means that you also will use visual words, such as, I see what you mean. Oh, that's clear to me. See, all these visual words and language clues that you give people and the people give to you to tell you what's the preferred representative system, they say. You can be an auditory person, and this is, you like sounds. Oh, that sounds right. Sounds about right to me. Okay, there's different languages. Now, be aware, if you're not a native English speaker like I am, it might be a bit more difficult to analyze who you actually are. Not who you are, but as in, this is all generally quite difficult knowing who you are, but knowing what kind of language system you prefer. Because you might use these things like, oh, sounds right, or I can see what you mean. You might use them because you've learned them. But the first step is really to recognize, okay, what system are you? What's your preferred system? And that can be a mixture of two as well. Before you then can start looking at other people, analyzing, although that sounds a bit weird, but analyzing other people and picking up on language that they're using so that you can then match their language. This will, I promise you, this will improve your communication skills by a mile, because all of a sudden people understand you better because you're talking the same language. And I'm not talking English, German, Spanish, Italian, or whatever it is. I'm talking about these language systems. Another one is kinesthetic. So I'm a kinesthetic person, feely, touchy. I always hug people, and you might use these kind of words. Oh, that was a heated discussion, or anything where you can feel things. And then there's also olfactory and gustatory, that's smell and taste. Oh, that doesn't taste right. Oh, that leaves a bad smell. Okay, there's all these expressions, and people might use them. And as I said, If you're not a native English speaker, that might be even more difficult to establish, okay, what kind of system am I and what kind of system is the other person. But I just said, start with yourself, try to figure out what kind of person you are. 1 or 2 of these should be more present than other ones. And the same when you start talking to people. And then make sure you're not only using your preferred system, but also the other one. Now, I hope this was helpful to you. If you have any more questions, you can send me an email, and you can also join our Creative Startup Academy online community, where you can find loads more of FAQ videos that are on there. You can also find monthly live webinar recordings on there, and obviously ongoing monthly live webinars that are happening. You can find business partners on there, book recommendations, and you have a forum where you can ask me and the other entrepreneurs that are in the community, and we can answer that for you and give you additional support for that. And there's much more in it. So check it out in the Creative Startup Academy online community. See you there.